So the title of this video is The Lindy Effect, and it's really to explain the choices that I personally make and what I read. And I don't think you ever have to justify what you read, but I'm specific, certainly with this project, and it's called the Lindy Effect. So supposedly in the 50s and 60s, Broadway shows in New York, those involved would often meet up in a deli called Lindy's and discuss how long do you think the Broadway show will go for. And generally the rule of thumb was, well, if it's been going for 10 weeks, chances are it will go for another 10 weeks. So over the years, the Lindy Effect has been something that, how long will we be talking about something? Well, how long have we been talking about it so far? And then that's what's going to be like in the future. So if we've been talking about books for a week, chances are you'll talk about it for another week. And in the modern era, TikTok, if you talk about something for 24 hours, you're probably going to talk about it for another 24 hours and no more. So when it comes to choices as to what to read, you're stuck. Well, go for the books that we've been talking about for thousands, if not hundreds of years at least, decades, because then they are worth investing your time in, because then you'll know that that book is going to be talked about the same amount of time moving forward. That's the Lindy Effect. So if you was to go into a bookshop and you would see a book that's just come out, it may be fantastic, it may be a future classic. I'm going to sit down on here. It may be a future classic. But the classic section, well, they've been talked about for generation after generation. So, according to the Lindy Effect, you should read that. Invest your time in the classics, the thousands of years old. Doesn't mean they're good. They just survived. And so on. And I hope I have made the concept of the Lindy Effect make sense. I love the ocean. Let's go for a walk. We had a cyclone here not long ago and all this was washed away. We had to redo the path, do the support here. Because although this part of the coast is very sheltered, wonderful for children. Over there is Algiers Bay, and this is Snells Beach. Odd name. I don't know who Snell was. So the Lindy Effect has made me choose books that I necessarily wouldn't have in the past. And they were hard work, though I've come to like them over repeated readings. But with the choices you make because of the Lindy Effect, it can be difficult. As I said, just because they're classic doesn't mean they're good. And they're hard work, especially some of the Plato works, his mid-range and certainly his later products, like the Laws. These trees here, as we get close to Christmas, they'll come out all in red. They're called Pahutakawa. Wonderful, beautiful trees. And they're very Kiwi because the boles aren't very tall and they grow very close to the ground. Typical Pacific, South Pacific. Almost island-like. Great shelter though, especially on a hot day. So this is spring. I'm recording this, when is it now? Late September. So some of the choices that I've made over the years, I've at first struggled with to read, often stalled, years later went back to them, and repeated readings and I suppose maturing got easier. So they're the choices I've made. It's all based on, which I didn't know was the Lindy Effect at the time. There was just the good and the worthy that was supposedly, someone said you should read these. And that's why I do in fact choose the books that I cover. Not to everyone's taste, unfortunately. That's another Kiwi thing. Flax. It's everywhere. There's a name for them, I don't know what they are. Wow. You must do that for a living. What's the sword?
Brownie sword.
Wow. I've just read the Tao Te Ching. Cheers, thank you very much. Well, it's just amazing who you find going for a walk. So these trees, as I say, the Buhutakau, are fantastic. They've been here as long as most books, and we appreciate these just as much. Tenuous link, I know, but I'm going to use it. And I'm just carrying on filming because there's something down here I'd like to show you. But here's one of them. So during COVID, someone started making these and putting them out. Little fairy kind of dioramas. And up here, for some reason, we've got a helicopter. They've been here now, 5 years at least. They are starting to show their age. Amazing.
I know. And legs are all white and fluffy.
It just caught on. There's a place down in Hobsonville, which is about 40 minutes south of here, and they're very similar. Great little things. You have to admire them for doing it. There should be a castle further on, hopefully it's still there. It's over there. Even dogs have libraries. hopefully you've enjoyed this, the Lindy Effect, and a walk through Snells Beach. About a week's time I'll be going south and to Queenstown and Wanaka, Cromwell, Tekapo and Christchurch, and I'll be taking some shots down there for future videos. So, kia ora from New Zealand.